What's up, YouTube? Got a video for you tonight. I was lucky enough at Walmart today. I just made a trade for the blue one of these and I didn't think I was going to make it to find these. But I found the 1 to 24. I don't collect 1 to 24, but these are just too cool. And they're selling for pretty high dollars on eBay right now, and I know that price will probably come down, and that's okay. I'm not really much into it for the money anyways, when it's stuff that I like. There are almost 8,400 of these, so it's not rare by any means. But this thing is just unbelievable. It is so cool. Don't know if I'm going to open this one, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to open the blue one as soon as I get it. So that's pretty cool. 1 to 24 scale M2. They, as good a job as they did on the 1 to 64, they did an even better job on the 1 to 24. Most notably on the stance and the tires. But another thing, if you notice, the 1 to 64 is a 4-door. The 1 to 24 is a 2-door. Little 2-door sedan, Datsun 510, Bluebird. All right, so what's cool is I found this at Walmart just on a spontaneous pop-in, but I did in the mail receive the 1 to 64 scale, which I don't know if this is a... Oh, it is. It is a MiJo. MiJo exclusives. Okay, much more limited, only 3,200. I have a feeling these are going to be... I don't know if I'd say tough to find, but they're going to be kind of pricey when you do find them. The current rate for this casting on its own is between $15 and $20. The nice thing about the packaging, it's in the M2 Mexico style blister. So I already broke the M2 tape seals. It's not a clamshell. It is a clamshell, but it's not like the green light ones where... Oh, that's pretty dope. Is that a sticker? I don't know if that's a sticker or not, but if it is, that's way cool. And that came inside here. But it is very different than the little packaging that I'm used to. Although you do still get the acrylic. Man, it just looks awesome. I didn't think this out very good when I did this because I don't have my tripod. Alright, hang on. I'm gonna, just so I don't show you too much of my house, which I'm not really big on showing much of the house. I'll show you ceilings. I'm going to grab my screwdriver and my little tripod, and then we're going to head back out here where I can actually make the video. That is very Bush League. Very amateur hour, huh? Alright. Let's see how I can do this. Because there is going to be another part of the video that I don't want to give too much of it away. So, I apologize. That's what you're going to be looking at for just a second here. Holy cow, this thing is so bad. Alright, so this is where M2 has me. They have me with the Auto Japan. Now, I do like some of their other toolings, but the toolings I tend to like from M2 are the auto driver toolings because they don't have the opening doors and they just look so much more authentic. Wow, this is a little gem. Little gem. Although it did come complete in the package with fingerprints, so... Alright, now I can put this down here, and we're going to take a nice little look at this little Advan. Alright, so there's your 1 to 24 scale, which no doubt has more detail than the 1 to 64. But I'm going to tell you right now, looking at this 1 to 64, this is the highest quality paint I've ever seen from M2. I don't know if my camera will pick it up, but it's a super high gloss black. It almost doesn't even look like an M2. And this is what I've said, you know, I really wish that M2 would get into more 70s and 80s cars, because I think they would look amazing. And that's one way that, as a diecast brand, that they could get my dollar. This thing is a super nice roller. The wheels I'm not a big fan of. It's the same wheels as some of the other ones I've had. However, it has the Yokohama tires. So that is pretty sweet. A lot of nice detail. Look how nice the detail is. This is hands down the nicest 510 they've put out, and they've put out a few. All the weather stripping around the glass on this is black. It's the black weather stripping. Some of the other models are chrome, as this is a 1969. Chrome was more the thing back then. There's your front end. Painted headlights. Got the painted black side view mirrors. That's something that I have said in other videos, is that I wish they would paint those. And they did that on this one, and it looks killer. I mean, it looks really good with the painted side views. Those aren't even molded in black. Well, I guess they could be. But it looks more like they're painted the color of the car. That looks so good. All right, so the first M2 Datsun 510 to come out was this guy here, which is just the same tooling, just a civilian model. It's even got the same wheels, but chrome. It's a different base tooling. This is just the stock base with the stock suspension. But it's still a really nice little piece. It's not TLV nice, but it is still pretty nice, and there's still a ton of detail. You can see kind of what I was talking about with the side view mirrors. When they're just the molded plastic, they don't look great. But anyway, so this is the first one that came out, which is just a stock version. The alternate paint for that release was this one here, which is kind of loosely based on the African rally car. Now this one, being a rally car, it's not a road car, so it doesn't have the lowered suspension, but it does have the race livery, which is really awesome, I think. So that was the first release. Those two came out at the same time. And then the second time around, you had this as the civilian, which this one looks really good as well, with the black vinyl top. It's got the same wheels as the others, all the other same detail. Now, one difference between the two civilian models, they both came with the same wheels and tires, but on this one, I turned the tires around so you can see the white walls on the inside. I like the look of the black tires better on this one. On the blue one, though, because of the vinyl top, a little more sophisticated looking, so I do kind of like the white wall a little bit better on that one. So, but if I ever do change my mind, I can flip them around. It's really easy to do. So in the second release, this is the civilian model, and then the race model was a little bit different on this one, because it has a different tooling for the base. And so it's the same tooling for the car, but the base is different. As you can see, this one gives it a much lower stance. This is the road or the track car. And then it came with actually the same wheels and tires as this. black 10 spoke or whatever they are. And I did a wheel swap to these green light wheels just because how could you not? I mean, to me, I just don't know if they're in this scale. I haven't seen a nicer set of wheels. I would love to see these wheels in 1:64 scale with the Yokohama tires, but I don't think they're out from any brand. So these green light wheels serve a great purpose. I think they look fantastic on this car. But it is subjective. It's like taste buds, and everybody's opinion's different. But me personally, I'm not big on changing stuff around. I like to keep these die-cast cars as stock as possible. But in this case, it was such a big impact on the overall look of the car that I thought it was worth it. And I didn't have to do anything to the car to change the structural integrity because the base is simply screwed on. So I just took the base off and basically just took the wheels off the axle and put the green light wheels on. So that's the lower base. Now because of that, and because these wheels and tires weren't made for this casting, there's not a lot of room up front, so it's not a great rolling car. The rear wheels roll as good as they possibly can. They actually roll pretty perfect. If only the front wheels rolled that nice, it would be a really nice rolling car. Anyways, so with the M&J exclusive, you get the same tooling, but you get the track car base, which is the lowered base, and you get the much nicer detailed tires with the Yokohama Advan. What else? The tire tread is the same, so they didn't do like a track tire tread. Yet the only thing I would say like negatively about the M2 Datsun 510 is the wheels. The wheels are okay, but I would rather see M2 have a version of wheels more like this, where they just look more I don't know, more sporty, I guess. I'm almost tempted to do a base swap with these just to see what the Advan car would look like with these wheels and tires, because I bet it would look great. But being that this is a much more, well, I don't know if I should say much more. I don't know what this one is numbered to. I know the first release with the red one and this one was like 7,000 or 8,000, which is kind of good because it allows, actually, no, it may have been lower than that. Actually, I have the case here for the Z from the second release, and it's 98. It's almost 10,000. So that would be the blue with the black vinyl top, and the teal colored one with the green light wheels. So there's about 10,000 of these. So this one is less than half. So it's going to be a much more rare car. It's actually probably more rare than most Hot Wheels RLC cars. So with this one, I think it's pretty safe to say I'm not going to do anything to change the wheels and tires. The only way I could see myself doing that is if M2 came out with a different wheel and tire. Now, another thing I'll say about these wheels and tires is that I don't know if this is because it's an exclusive or what, but let me see if I can focus. It's hard with one hand focusing this, but it looks like the detail is a lot cleaner. There looks to be a lot less flashing happening with these wheels. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, they are the same. They're the same wheels as this one. Maybe it's just because they're in black, because this one doesn't look to have a lot of flashing either. But when you get them in chrome, they seem to have a lot of flashing, almost to the point where you have to go in and with like a hobby knife and clean them up. So maybe it's just the fact that they're being done in black that they appear to be cleaner. And I'm having a hard time focusing. So anyways, I wanted to show the two M2 cars, and since I'm showing these, I figured I would get out a couple of other Datsun 510s. So this one is made by Konami. Little Datsun 510 Bluebird. I think as far as the civilian models go, this one looks quite a bit cleaner than the M2. Here you can see them side by side. It's not to take anything from the M2. I think it still looks really good. I just think this one has a cleaner overall look and better overall body lines. Plus, this one has suspension, which for me goes a long way on a die-cast car. The Konamis always seem to be much better rolling cars than the M2. You can see the detail on the front. You have lensed headlights on the Konami. Front detail looks to be a little bit more fine-tuned on the Konami. And then the back end is probably going to be about the same. Yeah, I think the Konami is just a little bit more fine-tuned from like an aesthetics standpoint. So that is your Konami Datsun Bluebird. And then the last one that I brought out is a much more uncommon brand. You don't see a lot of these. It's a limited edition from 2003, 2004. It was sold as a 1:64 scale die-cast model kit. And it was produced by a company called Dido. And it also came out as a civilian model and a rally car. This being the rally car. The rally car, when you do see these pop up on eBay, the rally car always seems to sell for close to double what the civilian model sells for. I was just lucky with this one. The toy pimp had this one laying in his pile of stuff, and so I snatched it up. So I do like the Dido. It rolls okay. It rolls okay. It's about as good a roller as I would say an average M2. It doesn't roll nearly as well as the Advan does. This Advan could literally, you could race this on a Hot Wheels track. It's a really nice roller, and it looks, I mean, this thing looks really good. Just one. I wish I had a better camera for black cars. Look at those wheels. That looks really good. Awesome graphics, awesome paint job. You've got the windshield decals and the decals on the rear glass. Wheels and tires just look awesome. Those are the nicest wheels and tires that M2 has put out on any of these Auto Japan cars so far. It does have an opening hood. Let's see what's under the hood here. Looks to be the same motor as the others. Alright, yeah, it's the same motor. Let's take a look at the civilian. So they all have the same engine castings. But no doubt the Advan is, I think, the best looking one. Although, I really do like the colorway on this, with this, it's almost like a greenish, bluish green. And it's real simple. It's not real extravagant. It's not like overdone with racing graphics. Real simple. And you have the Japan Historic Cars emblem on it. This one surprisingly doesn't have that. I thought for sure that it would, but it definitely doesn't. Now the 1 to 24 scale has a really nice, big, legible Japan historic car, or sorry, Japan nostalgic car. So that's pretty cool. Also, the inside of this car has a massive roll cage. So I'm curious when I get the blue one, because the blue one I'm for sure going to open, and I may or may not open this one. I'm unsure on it right now, because I could really see these cars, you know, for some reason I could see them increasing in value and kind of staying up there. The packaging on it looks sick. I mean, it looks so good. When I grabbed this off the shelf at Walmart, it didn't look anything like an M2 car, because the packaging is just so different. The way the graphics are and the color scheme. But from a production standpoint, not rare. 8400 is not rare, especially for a 1 to 24 scale car. So that part of it might keep the prices relatively low. But you can see the graphics on the two cars, for the most part, are pretty darn similar. Different number, and the Japan Nostalgic Cars logo. Those are the two big differences. Also, the fact that one of them is a 2-door, one of them is a 4-door. But I was happy to get these. I was really happy to get the 1 to 64, because that's what I collect. And I scooped this up off eBay. It was $15 shipped. That was the cheapest one I could find. But I figured I would grab it before it gets crazy, you know, because it's so limited that, you know, I could see this being a $20 to $30 car in the next month or two. So, anyways, let's get one last kind of shot of these. There's your Datsun Bluebird 510 video. All premium detailed castings, which is predominantly what I collect. I do have the Hot Wheels 510, but I was not going to bring it out for this video. It just doesn't really fit with these cars. The scaling on it's way off. I mean, it's a nice looking car, and I'm glad Hot Wheels did it, but I wouldn't display that one next to these just because they look so different. So, anyways, thanks for checking it out. You may see this one cracked open in the near future. You may not. You will for sure see the blue one cracked open soon. So, stay tuned, and you all have a great day.